Can you imagine a world where there's no accountability? I can think of a number of real-life consequences, and I'm sure you can too. For example, it's a hassle to travel on planes, but I'm glad that TSA hold people accountable. Additionally, what would driving be like if people weren't held accountable by the police to motor vehicle laws? What about education? Professors hold students accountable. Family, friends, and mentors can also be supporters of accountability. The examples can go on, but it appears there is something good about accountability. A working definition for accountability is support for that which is acknowledged as good. If something is acknowledged as good, accountability is a support mechanism around it to ensure its achievability and success. In my view, there are two types of accountability, and they're alluded to in the earlier examples. There is enforced accountability and reinforced accountability. Enforced accountability is externally initiated. Typically, it's implemented from an outside source, such as TSA and laws, which involves law enforcement, or work-related policies and productivity requirements from your employer. This type of accountability is not necessarily contingent upon you as an individual. Nevertheless, adherence is crucial since enforced accountability aims to support that which is acknowledged as good. In an interpersonal context, reinforcement accountability has an internal source. It's individually based and it emerges from inside of the person. This type of accountability involves goals or goal setting and reinforcing behaviors to produce desired outcomes. This type of reinforcement can be seen with people who choose to go to college, hire a personal trainer, seek coaches or mentors to hold them accountable for certain behaviors. To further explore reinforced accountability, I believe there are 3 reasons why it's necessary in interpersonal settings. First, the fluctuation of emotions. It's obvious that we are many times led by our emotions. Our emotions are very strong. They can be up, down, hot, cold. Frequently, we have the tendency to jump on the emotion train. Second is competing priorities. We have multiple roles and wear multiple hats. Therefore, the commitments of life causes us to juggle many competing priorities. It is in this circus act that goals get lost and we're able to rationally justify why our attention should be given to other areas rather than our originally stated goal. Third is consistency for success. The DNA of success is consistency. Goal-oriented people understand that emotions and competing priorities can naturally inhibit consistency. Therefore, they seek out other people that can hold them accountable to reinforce consistent behaviors that produce desirable outcomes. Another key point and a great warning that we all must heed is the danger of casual commitments. A casual commitment is not a commitment at all because it lacks real intentionality. It's merely a statement stated casually. One simply says it because it sounds like the right thing to say at the right time. There's lackluster intention on fulfilling any requirements. Eventually, people will conclude that your word means nothing. So be sure when you seek out reinforcement accountability from others that there are no casual commitments on your part or theirs. At the center of accountability is our humility to receive feedback. People who embrace feedback understand they don't know it all and desire to become better. Isn't it ironic that all the great sport figures were accountable to their coaches and received feedback? It's safe to assume those who reject feedback believe they have no room for improvement. Accountability is built on the ability to give and receive feedback. If you struggle with feedback, then you will struggle with accountability. And if you struggle with accountability, then you will struggle achieving success. What do you need to do to be the type of person who embraces feedback? How can you avoid making casual commitments? Finally, who can you ask to hold you accountable to the behaviors that produce positive outcomes? I truly believe if you can embrace accountability, you will break personal and situational barriers, not just for yourself, but for those around you.